So we discovered that 92% of people age 18 to 22 have trouble focusing on school and work more than 2 times per week. And I believe I fit into that statistic. This past summer I had an internship where I had to study for 8 hours a day for 3 months to take 3 financial industry exams. Now, I don't know about you all, but I have trouble focusing on something for more than 30 minutes at a time, let alone 8 hours a day. So I turned to my good friend caffeine to help get me through it. And what I discovered after drinking upwards of 3 cups of coffee a day is that it makes you anxious, it makes you jittery, it gets in the way of your sleep, and you crash every couple hours, which ultimately gets in the way of your work. So I looked for a healthy alternative to help me focus that didn't have any of the negative side effects that caffeine did, and I couldn't find anything until I came across nootropics. Nootropics are any substance that helps with your cognition in the short and long term, and they come in 2 forms. There's natural, which is where we fit in, and synthetic, which is produced in a lab. Most nootropics are found in dietary supplements such as pills and powders, some foods such as dark chocolate and salmon, and nootropic drinks like us, NooTrop. So I ordered a bunch of the ingredients and began mixing them in my room until NooTrop was born. NooTrop is an all-in-one, 12-ounce, non-caffeinated, focus and mood-enhancing drink. And what it does is it puts you into the flow state for focus, it helps reduce your cortisol levels, it helps you produce natural dopamine, while also boosting your immune system and providing you with clean, natural energy. So we believe that now is the perfect time to enter into this market space. As you can see, the supplement market in the US is expected to reach just below $300 billion by 2030, with nootropics making up $44 billion of that. We fit into the nootropic drink market, which is expected to reach $7 billion by 2030. And we believe that now is the perfect time to enter because none of our competitors are doing what we are doing without caffeine. So this past semester, we conducted over 200 interviews, and what we discovered is that 92% of those people have trouble focusing on school and work more than 2 times per week. That wasn't necessarily a big discovery for us, but what was is that a large portion of those people are looking for a healthy alternative to help them focus that doesn't have the negative side effects that caffeine does. And if our product was available today, 89% of those people would be willing to buy our product for $4.50. But don't just take it from us. Taylor Swift, Andrew Huberman, and Joe Rogan all take nootropics daily, whether it's to help cope with stress and anxiety, to put them into a flow state to help them focus, or if you're Joe Rogan, just to formulate a coherent sentence. So we believe that with you, we have the perfect team to jumpstart and launch our nootropic drink product. I've been working with my team for the past semester now, and I believe that our diverse backgrounds and skill sets make us the perfect group of people to launch our new drink. Now I would like to introduce you to the rest of my team. Jordan, Anthony, Mohammed, and sitting down, Zaria.
So going into our product and the flavors that we'll be offering, we're offering 3 products, those being berry, citrus, and tropical. And we chose these 3 because it's what our customers wanted through the validation that we've done. We are also pricing our drink at a competitive $4.50. Our competitors range anywhere from $3 to $6, and like Jacob mentioned, our customers are willing to pay this price. We also have 3 of our key ingredients here: huperzine A, alpha-GPC, and L-theanine. These are just 3 of the many ingredients that we have in our drink, and they're all going to boost your cognitive alertness, your memory, and your overall performance when completing tasks. Going into our target market, we wanted to stay close to home and focus on students here at the University of Colorado Boulder, having our entry point be on the undergraduate students here. We, like Jacob mentioned, got the most validation from students here, and the enrollment is about 31,000 students, and we hope to reach as many of them as possible. We also are all students here, giving us easy access to the students here. We also want to broaden in our future to other college students, as well as those busy young professionals, as we know this isn't strictly just a college problem. We also wanted to see where we lined up against our competitors. We have 3 direct competitors, those being LifeAid, Magic Mind, and Alpha Brain. These 3 are all nootropic-based drink companies. And we have 2 indirect competitors, Red Bull representing all energy drinks, and Starbucks representing all coffee products. Now we see ourselves in the top right because we are ultimately offering our product with 0 caffeine. So we're eliminating any of those negative side effects that you might get, like having trouble sleeping, any anxiety, or any jitters. You still might start your morning with a cup of coffee, but later in the day, when you want to keep focusing, you won't want any of those negative side effects, so you'll have NooTrop. We're also offering a product with high cognitive functions from the ingredients, like I mentioned earlier, with the cognitive alertness, memory, and boosting your overall performance. And this is because we have more active ingredients than any of our competitors.
So in terms of an operations strategy, we intend to partner with Power Brands, a local co-packer in Denver, and they will essentially walk us through manufacturing a product. This partnership will cost $30,000 with a minimum order quantity of 2,000 cans. However, this includes 3 additional flavors, as Jordan mentioned, and tropical berry and citrus, and we will also receive professional graphic designs which follow FDA guidelines. So with the help of Power Brands, we can expect expert guidance from industry professionals, the sourcing of raw materials, 3 rounds of product testing, and eventually a finalized formula for our product. So once we have a product ready from Power Brands, we will then introduce our NooTrop Ambassador Program. These will include individuals who will distribute our product around campus, kind of as a way to build that brand awareness that we thrive for. Additionally, we will also begin the process of partnering with local cafes around CU. This includes Violet Peak, which is located here in Leeds, and the Laughing Goat, which is located in Norland Library. And lastly, we intend to use Instagram as our main platform to generate excitement. So we will keep our followers updated with our product, any designs, and even offer them a chance for a free giveaway. This will allow us to really connect with the community and establish brand loyalty that we aim for. In terms of our 5-year timeline, we intend to have a co-packer agreement, begin FDA paperwork, and conduct product testing within year 1. And to elaborate more on product testing, we intend to use this as a tool to receive feedback from customers and make any refinements or make any changes if necessary. In year 2, we intend to have an official product launch where we will focus on e-commerce sales. In year 3, we intend to break even and continue fostering our partnerships with the cafes I mentioned, and potentially collaborate with Snag, a local delivery service here in Boulder, which is dedicated on helping students receive products or goods that they want or need. In year 4, we intend to introduce a new product line, potentially one that includes electrolytes to improve hydration levels. And in year 5, we intend to expand our marketing efforts to areas outside Colorado while surpassing the 1 million units sold mark.
So let's now dive into some numbers that are almost as exciting as our drink. The first number you see there is our customer acquisition cost, which is low at $55, but they bring in a whopping lifetime value of $1,800. And with a gross profit margin of 62%, we're not just making brains sharper, we're making wallets thicker. Now let's look at the projections. In year 2, as we launch NooTrop, we're looking to generate a cool $100,000 in revenue, just the beginning of our journey. The following year, we quadrupled that to $400,000, and now hold on to your hats, because in year 5, we'll hit $2.4 million. With NooTrop, the sky is not the limit, it's just the view. Moving on to funding, our magic number here is our break-even point, which is going to be year 3, month 6. And our monthly cash burn is $11,000 a month. The way we will fund this is that us, the founding members, are all in with $100,000. Friends and family believe in us so much that they're chipping in with $120,000, and that leaves you, all our beloved investors, with the opportunity to invest with $390,000. You may wonder, where will this money go towards? Well, about $100,000 is designated for the magic. That is developing NooTrop, perfecting it, testing it out, and producing every single can of it up until our break-even point. Another 100 or so thousand is going towards marketing, so we can shout NooTrop from the rooftop. And we have a 13% cash cushion, which amounts to $80,000 because we like to be prepared. By investing in NooTrop, you're supporting a movement towards healthier, natural cognitive enhancement. Let's lead the change together. Thank you everyone for listening. Please scan the QR code to visit our website, and please do follow us on Instagram at NooTrop Focus. Thank you again, and we look forward to your questions.
Me to go first? Yeah, I can't tell if you guys are lucky or in trouble because I've actually taken 2 specifically drink companies, from concept to one who sold to PepsiCo and the other one who sold to Modelo. So I kind of know really a lot about this industry. Quickly, just on the investment opportunity, you indicated that 100 was from you guys, and 100 was that already has that already been received and come in, or is that soft circle, or is
Not
that
yet,
just your?
it's numbers we agreed to.
Okay, so that's stuff you got to pin in.
Yes.
Okay, that's helpful. And can you tell me a little bit more about this relationship you have with the co-packer?
Yeah, so we've been emailing them back and forth, but essentially they told us like the cost it would take to manufacture the product and pretty much all the services that they offer. You want the email? If you want to pull that up. But they offer
Yeah, it's okay.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they
I've
offer
worked
like
with a
graphic
lot of
designs.
co-packers.
Yeah, they offer like professional graphic designs and manufacturing with different flavors as well. So we just been in touch with them as of right now.
So the 30K estimate, is that just for their services, their sort of consulting services?
It's manufacturing as well, along with the consulting service and the graphic designs.
So how many units would that be manufacturing?
It would be 2,000 minimum order quantity.
Okay, and then the 30,000, does that include the upfront cost of all the inputs and raw materials?
Yeah, I believe Howard Vance sources the raw materials for us as well.
Okay, so they'll source and they'll take liability for everything. And then do they additionally charge you for the output on a unit per, because usually that's a per unit basis.
Yeah, so essentially it's $30,000 as upfront cost for 2,000 units for the partnership. We would go through several rounds of product testing, can design, and then from there it's around $1.50 per unit to produce, and as the order increases, the cost
Yeah.
will go up.
No, that's actually lucky though. All we have to do is small.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
What did you guys do for your market research? So that because there's not very many brands up here, and I feel like a lot are missing just by going to Whole Foods.
Right, yeah, so we just picked the 3 biggest competitors that we found online. These 3 all have the biggest drinks that they're offering. They also all offer like pills and powders and other things. We just found these 3 to be the biggest online.
And then Red Bull represented all energy drinks essentially. Starbucks is all coffee powders.
Okay, so you're essentially trying to take market share from Red Bull and Starbucks.
Not necessarily,
As-
they're indirect competitors. We just didn't want to not mention them.
They are substitutes though.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm just wondering how you're going to differentiate your product from. I don't drink caffeine, so I'm all about these types of drinks. How you're going to differentiate yourself from someone who would go to Whole Foods and just find a product very similar to what you're proposing?
I think our biggest differentiator is that we have no caffeine, and everything up here is all caffeinated. So I think that would be.
Yeah.
difference
No,
there.
I actually do agree with you that you have to, I mean, except unfortunately you know this too
Yeah.
well. I just have this filled with water. Arguably that's a substitute. I could just drink water and feel better hydrated. So you are entering a super saturated, highly competitive market, and differentiating yourself is a lot of the companies, you just mentioned it, they're differentiated because they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars in their marketing campaign, getting people like Taylor Swift to make a comment, buying an influence, so yeah, an influencer's sway on it. So what, to sort of leverage on what you started here, because CPG is all about being able to get market traction. Can you talk to us a little bit about your go-to-market strategy? What's your sort of core market, and how do you intend them to turn them into a loyal consumer?
Yeah, so we're starting small, obviously, and we're starting.
There's nothing wrong, by the way. Don't use the word small. You're starting very specific. Okay,
Starting
know your
specific,
customer.
starting specific at CU, and we will have several students be essentially affiliate marketers or ambassadors. So we would try and spread throughout CU and and have them be our initial customer base. And then from there, we would try and expand to other colleges around the U.S. with that sort of
I
ambassador.
do have to warn you, when you do get people who are ambassadors, you're building a brand, and that's the most valuable thing you can have is brand equity. So I'm just gonna throw this thought out for you guys as you're thinking through this. You're looking at a market, okay, CU is proximity convenient, but they're not necessarily where your greatest pain is. So you might even wanna go more specific so you can gather data from people who aren't just gonna be your core customer, but are willing to be your first customer. And you're gonna wanna really listen to them. What do they care about? Do they care, what does performance or value mean to them? And get some of those answers first. And like I said, I'm always a little nervous when immediately you're like, we're just gonna have a whole bunch of people representing our brand, because that's the most precious thing in the world. One person is a jerk to someone while they're doing it, and you're kind of cooked. The social media stuff is the same way. I actually wrote a paper a couple years ago about the pitfalls of using influencers for these very types of products. So it's something just to think about. Is spend a lot more time doing customer discovery so you can connect the attributes. You had a lot of attributes in there. Love to see those connected to what the marketplace say they need. Not what would be nice, what they need. And I think then you can really come together with a more cogent go-to-market strategy.
Part of that will be discovered when we do product testing with power brands. So that'll be several months out. We can get back to you.
I see a lot of parallels between how Red Bull kind of started. So I'm interested in just, again, going back to the brand, like, are you kind of just doing what they did to get into the market, right? Because they had a lot of brand ambassadors, most of which were very young, attractive women, and that is how they got into the market. And then how you're going to differentiate that from going from college students here into a more general population.
Yeah, so we thought long and hard about this, and a lot of the products that we hear about and purchase, we hear about from ambassadors, either in person or on social media. I'm an ambassador for a completely unrelated company, but I've seen it to be a very effective way to kind of spread your idea and like what you said, picking the right people that will represent your image in the correct way. And then from there, we're only going to target within Colorado at the beginning, but we will have other efforts at year 5, which is our goal, to